Did I lose all my finger strength? Now, in the beginning of the year, I did a challenge where I did hangboard training for 30 days, and after having seen this comment on my YouTube channel recently, I realised it's been a while since I've tested it. So for today, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to see how much my strength has either decreased, whether it's somewhat been maintained, or if it's even been increased over the past more or less half a year. Now, I have not really been doing much hangboarding at all. Periodically, I'll do it a bit here and there, but that's on occasion, quite rarely. What I do spend a bit of time on is the campus board. So about every other session, maybe a bit more often sometimes, I'll go on the campus board for a few rounds, but not sure how that will transfer over as that's quite more dynamic. Regardless though, I still do bouldering like twice weekly, thereabouts, and I try to push myself quite far. So it'll be interesting to see. Okay, I've just warmed up and ready to test the max hang, so let's see where the strength's at. First up, 45mm edge with 0 weight around me, let's go.
When I tested my max in late February, I got a hang time of 90.3 seconds for the 45mm edge. Now I got a time of 92.2 seconds.
Okay, just did the 45mm edge, and as you guys see, I don't think there was much of a time improvement, so for the sake of argument I might have the more or less same endurance. I might have started off a bit poorly, with way too much bend in my arms, so maybe I'd be able to hold on for a bit longer. But now, pumped and ready for the next couple of tries, for the next couple of tests, so let's see how it goes. Up next, the 45mm edge with 12 kilos added to me, let's see how it goes.
Previously I got a time of 54.2 seconds, and now I managed to hang on for 57.8 seconds, so it's slight improvement.
Okay, there we go, done with the 45mm edge. I must say, it's a bit more difficult than I expected. I feel like the endurance things, I haven't trained that much at all, so I guess it makes sense. Again, not too sure about the time, somewhere on screen. Editing Jakob takes care of that.
Yeah, buddy.
But yeah, now over to the smaller edges. Now it'll be interesting to see where the strength level's at. Let's go. Alright, ready for the 20. I think it's 20mm edge on the Beastmaker 1000. No weight added to me, let's see what happens.
In late February, my time here was 23.3 seconds, and now I've got a time of 19.5 seconds.
Okay, 12 kg on the 20mm edge, let's see how it rolls.
Then with the 12 kgs, I got a time of 9.2 seconds earlier this year, and a time of 9 seconds flat here now.
Okay, let's go, time for the 15mm edge. This is what we've all been waiting for, let's see where we're at.
The 15mm edge I had barely been able to hold on to in February with a time of 1.4 seconds, but today I managed to hang for a surprising 11.3 seconds.
Nice. So there you have it. Seems like I'm better at smaller edges with less load, which I guess makes sense since I've transitioned a bit from doing weighted pull-up training to now working on the one-arm pull-up. So there's more body weight involved and less of just extra load added to me, so I guess that makes sense. And the 15mm edge improvement, I think it comes from me a few sessions ago having started experimenting a bit on the campus board with a smaller rung size. So I guess it's true as they say, specific adaptations impose demands. And then the 20mm numbers, I have to say those seemed a bit off. And I guess that also kind of makes sense because they came straight after the 45mm edge where I was hanging for quite long durations of time. They were quite intense and the rest periods were a bit rushed. I didn't really take my time. I could still feel a bit in my fingers, so that was a bit improperly done. I would think that I would be able to hold on for a few more seconds had I rested adequately, but you know, it is what it is. And yeah, it's obviously not optimal doing these tests with chalk, as you get clammy hands and you start to slip before you would if you were to use chalk, but for the sake of comparison, it's nice to use. But yeah, all in all, I'd say the conclusion is that as of now, about 8 months after having done the initial challenge in February, I have better strength when it comes to crimps on smaller edges, and I've more or less maintained my endurance and strength when it comes to slightly larger edges. So these results come from bouldering 2 to 3 times a week, mostly twice, but sometimes I'll have a third session in there, and then more or less once a week I'll do a few rounds on the campus board. So good to see that you don't need much more to at least maintain, if not slightly improve strength, at least in certain aspects. So yeah, if you'd like to see a 30-day or more challenge for crimps, or perhaps something more exotic, such as slopers or pinches, let me know in the comments down below or by liking this video. And as always, keep on training, train what you love, and I'll see you in the next one.